I kneel before my mother's coffin, but my father arrives with his mistress Sharon. I throw the oil lamp at them. Everyone is startled. I demand to know why my father did this. He slaps me. In my darkest despair, Sander appears. He firmly stands by me and becomes my only light. I fall in love with him. 4 months later, I am pregnant with his child. We marry. I naively believe I can embrace happiness, but it is all a carefully planned deception. On the day of my prenatal checkup, I personally witnessed my father and Sander having a grand double wedding. My father marries his mistress Sharon, and my husband Sander marries her daughter, my stepsister Lillian. The guests' gossip tells me Sander secretly loves Lillian for years. He only pretends to pursue me to help her seize my family's hill group. Our marriage certificate is fake from beginning to end. They wait for my child to be born just to brand him with the same illegitimate child stigma as my sister. The two men I love most, my father and my husband, join forces to turn me into the most pitiful fool in all of Hong Kong. Just then a conversation between Sander and his friend drifts over. He says I deeply love him and am pregnant, so I will never leave him. I laugh, but my tears do not stop falling. I immediately contact my lawyer. I activate the asset protection trust my mother set up for me before she died. I prematurely inherit all the shares she left. I immediately stop all resource support to Sander's company. My mother has already paved the way for me. No one will get a single cent from the Hill family. By chance, a financial heir named Zach publicly announces he has a vasectomy. Yet he throws me a lifeline. He promises that if I agree, the child in my belly will be his only legitimate heir in this life. I stand in the ballroom, 8 months pregnant. I receive the guests' fake blessings. They envy me for marrying the most loving man in the city. But Lillian sends me a disgusting photo. In the picture, Sander is shirtless. The H tattoo on his chest is glaringly obvious. He told me it stands for Hill, my last name, proof of his love. But Lillian captions the photo saying the tattoo is actually the first initial of her name, Lillian. I rush into the living room. I find my mother's portrait on the wall is replaced with a photo of my father and Sharon. They turn my mother's death anniversary into their party day. My father not only allows this, he even transfers the jewelry store my mom started to his mistress. I confront my father. He turns around and blames me for being immature. He says the house has a new mistress, so the deceased's things should be put away. Just as their shameless talk almost makes me faint, Sander arrives. He is carrying a bowl of bird's nest soup he cooked for me. His eyes are full of affection, like he is the best husband in the world. He says he canceled 3 merger deals to make me this meal. I grab my phone and shove the photo in front of him. I tremble as I ask him if he has been lying to me. He pulls me into a hug. He casually says it is just a prank by Lillian that he was drunk and set up. His performance is flawless. Then at the climax of the birthday party, he reveals the talk of the town auction item, the heart of beloved necklace. He puts the priceless necklace around my neck in front of everyone. Under their envious looks, I actually start to waver. But then my phone vibrates. It is a challenging message from Lillian. She dares me to bet that one sentence from her can make him leave me to see her. I stare intensely at Sander. He glances at his phone and his face slightly changes. The next second, he apologizes to me. He says the company has an emergency meeting and he must go right now. I grab his hand and beg him not to leave. I tell him it is my birthday, but he impatiently pulls his hand away. His tone is dismissive and urgent. So under the watchful eyes of all the guests, I watch him, the man who just swore eternal love to me. He abandons me and the child in my belly without looking back. In that moment, all my love and fantasies shatter into dust. Only endless humiliation and coldness remain. I finally understand I am wrong, unbelievably wrong. The guests leave. A man who has been quiet this whole time, Zach, walks up to me. He says he can help me take back everything that belongs to me. He can even ruin Sander and Lillian. The only condition is I must let him become the legal father of my unborn child. I look into his deep eyes and the fire of revenge ignites in my heart. I smile and agree to his cooperation. The first thing I do when I get back to the room, I take off the expensive maternity dress that symbolizes Mrs. Forster. At the climax of the banquet, my stepmother Sharon replaces my mother's portrait, which my father approves. My pregnant half-sister, Lillian, appears in a maternity dress identical to mine. She tearfully accuses me, the legitimate daughter, of being intolerable and trying to steal her cheap dress, a dress my dying mother actually sewed for me. Lillian twists the facts and publicly tears her own dress. She trips and falls toward me. I instinctively try to catch her, but she uses my movement to fall to the ground, screaming and falsely accusing me of pushing her. Instantly, everyone glares. My father shouts, calling me cruel for harming my pregnant sister. My fiancé, Sander, looks at me with disappointment, then anxiously scoops up Lillian and rushes her to the hospital. No one believes me. I pass out. When I wake up in a cold hospital room, the nurse says I was unconscious for a day, but the baby is fine. She pities me, saying I called emergency myself and no family has appeared. The hospital even covered the fees. I try to pay, but all my bank cards are frozen. The nurse coldly informs me I must leave immediately since I cannot pay. This is their so-called love, a magnificent cage that locks down the moment I show disobedience, forcing my surrender. I drag my weakened body out. My phone immediately receives photos from Lillian, her mother Sharon, my father, and Sander enjoying an overseas trip as a happy family of 4. She smugly boasts they have already visited all the romantic places Sander took me. A massive storm of public opinion then drowns me. Waiting for a prenatal checkup, people point and whisper, calling me a shameless woman who ruins families. I try to explain, but they push and tear at me, telling me to get lost. I desperately call Sander, but the phone goes unanswered. A nearby phone plays an interview recording where Sander's frivolous voice says I am easy to fool, happy with just an island. In that moment, I realize everything I cherish is just a cheap joke to them. Humiliation surrounds me. An emotional woman rushes up, screaming to make the bastard in my belly disappear. Just as her hand is about to touch me, a cold, commanding voice rings out, "Who dares touch my child?" I look up in shock at the tall, unfamiliar figure shielding me. My phone simultaneously lights up with a single line, "Miss Hill, your father plans to sell your nominee shares. The board meeting in 3 days is your only chance to reclaim everything."